folks. Well, I'm just heading out for a ride with Team China. Just kind of packed up quick and left town. We're going to do an unboxing on this trip. It was really, really nice out. Now it looks like it wants to snow, and I'm trying to get to a high point. ChainsawCanuck, or is it Canuck ChainsawCanuck, I think it is. Kevin. He sent me this box like 2 years ago. There's a story behind it why I didn't get it opened up. But anyways, we'll talk about it later. But I see there's a tree down. We've had crazy winds and there's trees snapped off all over. So I got the little saws here. I got the Mastercraft and a little top handle. We're going to try it out. And there's all kinds of blowdown. Stick stabbers off the trail. Don't want them going through the floorboards. Okay. Man, it's so much easier driving with engine braking. Way, way easier. Hey, where's my little trailer? Go that way. Take this. Yeah, these little trails are pretty hard to do and you always got to be on the brakes. I can't wait to get my power steering on. The thermostat is just working awesome. It keeps it never seems to drop any lower than 171. Before it would go down to like 40 or 50. And it doesn't run as hot. It's like it keeps the temperature up, but it doesn't run as warm either. Oil temp. Everything's good, folks. Yeah, so I'm just not even on the brakes here. Haven't touched them yet. That's a fairly steep hill. I remember coming down this years ago in my truck, believe it or not. Actually, I opened up this trail wide enough to take my Jeep Cherokee down it about 5 years ago. 5 or 6, I had Chevelle with me, I know that. But I used to take my pickup truck down all these trails. They're pretty tight. Okay, continue on here. Okay, so I'm trying to get up into that cut block to do the unboxing. So we're giving her. It's getting late in the day as usual. I'm always running late. Box is falling apart, but we're gonna be okay. Well, this thing is a whole new animal, and I'm in high range, but just starting to climb up in the hills here. You can see where the snow starts. It always starts every year. When there's no snow in town, that's where it begins. So we're just getting on the outskirts of town. Anyway, this thing before would never go over like 5,900 RPMs. Now I'm hitting 65. And I'm not done with the clutching yet, but it's just so much better with the clutch mods I did. I'll be doing videos on all that stuff. I put lighter clutch weights in is what I did. I went from 18 grams to 60. Anyway, my temperatures are much higher, but yet stable. I'm really, really liking it. Okay, we're just about to the main trail to head up in the hills, and then there's probably going to be tons of trees down there. We'll see. shifting, but I'm gonna change the secondary spring and put the slippery washers in and stuff. I got my studs in these tires too. More fun to drive when it actually has the RPM and makes the power. And it's just so much better on the trails. Like the RPMs are up higher. Yeah, this is really warm here. For December, we're like, you know, it's like the, I don't know, 20th of December, something like that. Hardly any snow, and it's really warm. I've never seen it. 25 years of living here, I've never seen it this warm. Okay, I'll put the camera away. We're just starting to climb, making the first big climb, then we'll be up to the ridge. Okay, we came from way down there. We're going up top. This trail was, we've cleared it out over the last couple of years. It's a major trail, but sometimes it's been grown in over the years where it's hardly passable. We opened it up really good about 4 years ago, me and a bunch of Jeep guys. Well, just like two or three of us. But anyways, we're going way up there. Way up there. This summer I cleared it out. And it's still good, and I see people are using it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to the spot I want to. It's quite a ways up, and I don't have to be back by dark or nothing, obviously, but we're going to try it out, and who knows? I brought a tarp. I got enough stuff to sustain life. 2 chainsaws. I did bring 6 beers just in case I get stranded, and I got my phone for music and everything, so yeah. Who knows, I might just spend the night here and make a little shelter. We'll see. Stay tuned. Oh, and I got my bear spray. Because the grizzly bears are not, they often, even on a cold winter, the big males, they don't hibernate sometimes till, oh, I don't know, sometime in January, like beginning of January. So, definitely good that I got the bear spray, and it is a new can for once, not like the other one that was expired. This is where Andy and I were not last summer, the end of the one before, where we had a grizzly encounter, a pretty scary one actually. But stay tuned for that video. Okay, this is where we start going way down. We're gonna drop down for the next 15 minutes, and then I'll start the big climb again. We'll cross the first creek crossing. Hopefully it's frozen. Should be really low and frozen. Yeah, that's cool. People have been using this, so chances are this thing might be punched through. This is a long trail. The end of it has been ridden in at least 12 years, 10 to 12 years. I did it there on, there's a video series I have called 4 Days on the Trail. That's this trail but way farther up, and then I sleep on the ridge. So I did break it open 2 years ago, but I wasn't able to get there this summer. Okay, that's the other trail, probably the one I'll take on my way back, and it's a bit of a shortcut actually, and that's the one that we had the grizzly bear encounter on. I'm going to put four-wheel drive. When you're coming down hills, it's especially when you got good engine braking, like let's get that up. My brake hold. I don't want that to go full throttle on this hill. So yeah, this trail's really clear now. But this is a real steep section. This is where power steering will be nice. I'll be able to record with one hand. I'm not on the brakes yet, but I will have to hit them up here. It's steep enough. But before it was just all on the brakes and then nothing else assisting, so. I'm running 6 PSI in my tires. There we go. Be really careful because if the tires catch, it's going to put us ass over tea kettle. And you can hear the engine braking. Before, it would have already kicked out. The only time it would stay in is if my wet clutch was engaged. So anything below 2300 RPMs, it would kick out. Now my clutch engages at 1900. I'm using that aftermarket wet clutch and drum, and I got the slug kit, and I have the lighter clutch rollers. So it's just awesome for engine braking. Like, I have to speed up going downhill here. See, it's trying to stop. Okay, we're coming down to the first creek crossing here. Real rocky section. Yeah, lots of people, they run stupid pressures in their tires, like 15 PSI on trails like this, and they're just rock hard. You need a little bit of tire bulge, right? That's part of your suspension as well. Okay, good. The creek is there's no fish in this creek, but that's good. The creek is barely flowing. It should be frozen. Last time I got stuck here. Uh-oh. There we go. I'm gonna make a little bridge for that section. Look at the lightning strike right there. Okay, we're starting the big climb now. First big climb again after the big downhill. And I'm gonna throw these off the trail here. These are the ones that can do some serious harm to people, right? So anytime you see those people, just throw them off the trail. Take 2 seconds to stop, right? The other thing I do when I throw those big logs off the trail, or those bigger ones, you can see these alders or willows that grow up. They eventually crowd the trail, and then it takes a lot of work to go and trim them. So what I do is I just go and lay them on top. So it keeps the root system going, but they grow that way, away from the trail instead of into it, right? They'll eventually start to grow back again, follow the sun, I guess, but okay. Winter's nice because all the water is frozen. Makes it easier. It gets pretty windy up in these hills. You can see people are just driving around, and I almost wonder if I should just leave those because they're not hurting anything. And the nice thing is that they slow down runoff. Like in the spring, that's what happens is the snow builds up pretty deep here and then just sails down here super fast. If you can slow it down, then it's not rutted out, or doesn't rut out stuff. Down there, this summer I cleared that really, really wide. It's hard to tell, but it's super rutted out there. Pretty good anyways. The reason why you want to go wide, especially on a hill, because then people can straddle their ruts and they don't have to stay in that train track rut. So anytime you clear a hill out, always make it wide. Wider than it needs to be. And then that way everybody will pick their own line, and it'll cause less erosion and less work for the trail. So I'm gonna take that little one off of there, and then I'll just leave the big ones. They're fine, they're not hurting anything. And it slows the trail down a bit too. Makes it technical, makes it kind of fun, I cut that out this summer, and I just had Little Mac with me, and I mean this was the night that I spent the night up in this cut block. Anyway, I only had so much fuel, and it's a lot of work when you open the trail up to its original condition, right? So I thought, well, and it was easier to go there to make a little bypass. So that's what I did. And the other nice thing is it just makes for a fun trail because it slows the traffic down, like it's more technical. You don't want to be driving in this kind of stuff fast. I mean, there's so many sticks that could come through the floor or catch your passenger in the neck if you're not careful. So these are slow trails. That's why I don't understand why these guys need this 220 horsepower side-by-sides. Like, I just can't get it. But I guess they're not driving bush trails like this. Or if they are, they just, they don't mind having something that big. But anyway, so yeah, it just goes around this tree and continues on. And I remember there's a whole bunch of them in this section here. But okay. But yeah, somebody was just up here probably yesterday, it looks like. Well, I was gonna take a video of my tire, and then I said I don't want to jinx it. That looks like I don't have to worry about it. I can already see that it's leaking. Damn! I do have my little bit of glue here, and I have my pump. I don't have a spare tire though, so Probably just going to keep running it for now. It is a slow leak, but I obviously missed a little spot. I had trouble with that top section there. This tire, I can't remember if I patched both sides or not of that one. I don't think, no, I didn't. So I'm going to have to take it off the rim. I'm going to patch the back side and then glue the front again. Oops, sorry. Sorry. Have to glue the front again and then we'll be good. Yeah, I cut a pile of trees through this section. Little Mac got a heck of a workout. I signed my name on one of these trees up here. Oh, I think it's this one up here. When I was up here last time clearing, I just did so much clearing, I didn't have time to take them all off the trail. But you know what? Those could probably just stay there, at least for now. I mean, people aren't going 100 miles an hour through here anyways, or they shouldn't be. And this just kind of helps rebuild the trail and gives, you know, gives the silt something to bind to instead of washing out the trail, right? I haven't seen this trail this good in 20 years. It's fun too, because it's so technical. But anyway, we're just about at the cut block. We're in about 5 minutes. I remember years ago coming up here with my F-150. This was always a big mud hole right here. And so I made a bypass that way, going around. You can kind of, if you know where to look, you can kind of see the old trail. I used to go around this mud hole because I didn't want to do it with my truck. And then after they logged up here this cut block, and I can feel it getting real windy right now. After they logged it, ended up they made this, or we had to make this bypass right here because there's so many trees up there blowing over the trail. This thing's so awesome and fun now compared to what it was before. It just crawls over everything. Just no effort now. Before you had to be 3/4 into the throttle to make it go anywhere. Yeah, this is good, man. I take the time and I go, you know, like I cut a little more out of the trail than a lot of people do, but that's why you do it like this, because then it's nice. You don't have people stabbing tires. Tire still seems to be holding there. Okay, we're coming up to the big cut block. This is where I spent the night this summer. Pretty good climb right here. Nothing crazy or nothing. Turbo cool down here. There we are. Can't beat that for a view, eh? Well, I guess this is where we're going to do the unboxing, maybe, right here. It's pretty windy, but there's a little fire pit I made. Certainly don't want to have a fire up here, you know, when it's a windy night, obviously, but it wasn't windy that night that I was here. Okay, Team China's done good. I gotta have to fix this tire too. I've got the glue and the patch, and I've got the air pump. It's just a real slow leak. Still actually holding quite a bit there. It's not quite as windy here. We could do the unboxing right here. Some ways I'd like to continue on because the trail's good and wide open. I could be down at the creek in about 10 minutes. The creek's down there somewhere, down in that little valley there. It is kind of windy up top. Decisions. The whole point of me coming out here for this unboxing, and the reason why I waited so long, was because I wanted to do it at a nice spot. I mean, down by the creek could be nice too, you know. Maybe we can have a fire there, but there was a lot of trees blowing down in that section too. Jeez, what should I do? I'm real curious to know if the trail has been cleared out past there, because I cleared it all the way to the creek. We'd have to go down here, make a switchback, go all the way along, then down a hill, and then we're at the creek. Like I said, probably about 10 minutes I could be there. There's the airport down there, I think. Or no, that's not the airport, is it? No, the airport's over there, sorry folks. That's the airport, right there. Yeah, maybe if we can get into the trees, then I can have a fire, because then it wouldn't be windy down there, hopefully. I think that's what we'll do. We'll go down into the trees. Then I've got a water source to put out the fire and everything. Okay, sounds like a plan. Big branch came by and ripped a piece of the cardboard, or I don't know if it ripped it off or what. It was like that. We're making it. We'll be there soon. This was never rutted out before, and then there was a bunch of young kids there that were they were out camped just not too far from here, and I'm pretty sure it was them with their big lifted skinny tire, tall tire quads, and they came up here when it was really wet, and well, now you see the ruts. It's not life or death. I mean, these will just get you know, people don't ride the rut, they'll kind of get mashed in next spring when it's softer, hopefully. But if people just keep riding the train tracks, and the ruts get deeper and deeper and deeper, so always just get over just a little bit, just ride the edge of that, you know, knock it back into the hole if you can. Just saves it from washing out the hill. This is a beautiful trail now. This is right in the middle of the cut block. Okay, definitely Mr. Grizz country here, so hopefully he stays away. Going bad. So we're just getting to the edge of the cut block here, and I cleared this section out pretty good, so I guess we're gonna see what it's like. And then right at the bottom here is the creek, and this is where we'll probably do the unboxing, and this is where I stopped clearing. So it'll be very interesting to see if people actually got the saws out and cleared, or if they just turned around. The trail's so good, I would not be surprised if they were just turning around, but we'll see. Again, like I'm not even touching the throttle. So much easier with the engine braking. Oh yeah, this is good. This section was all getting grown in here, and I trimmed it up nice. Power steering is going to be a game changer. As I throw bigger rocks like that off the trail too. But I came down here with my truck years ago, back in 2007, me and Chevelle in the truck. I cleared it all the way from town to actually this spot here, and then it got too gnarly for the pickup truck. It was grown in as much as this. Yeah, see, I cleared this out really nice this summer. Look at this now, just beautiful. Not getting slapped in the face anymore. Okay, the last big corner. I did lots of work on this too, just so it wouldn't get rutted up. I tried to make it, believe it or not, this is wide, wider than what it was. See, it was getting really rutted there, so I just made it a bit wider. Hard to believe I used to take my truck down this stuff, but I did. This thing is just so effortless now to drive. Need better seats too. These seats are just rock hard. Maybe this is a section. Okay, well here we are. We're just it's right around the corner. Survey says, place your bet, folks. I'm gonna say people probably didn't clear it. What? You never know. Go see. Good spot for an unboxing, eh? I don't believe it. They did clear it. Awesome. Wicked. They did clear it out. This was all grown right in. Big trees, you can see. Cool. Well, next time I come out, maybe I'll come from the other way. Or actually, while we're here now. But yeah, actually, if it's quite a ways, but I could do a huge loop. I mean, nothing says I have to be home at any specific time. Okay, let's get this, let's get a fire going. There's no wind in here at all. Dead calm. Where's the hole? Where's the, oh, there it is. Okay, we're gonna put it at the very top. That's what we'll do. That should be close. Oh, we went past. Okay, I gotta back up. Perfect. Okay, I hear water running over here. Let's go check it out. There we go. We've got water. Oh, this is a nice little spot. No wind at all in here. I'm gonna get the saw out and I'll cut those trees. I've been wanting to do that anyway. They always hang over the trail, and just open it up nice in here. I'll leave them sticking out far enough so it holds the bank together. Cool little spot. Grizzly Bears Highway. What's that? And this is super slippery, obviously, because it's ice, but, well, there we go. I should be able to chip right through there. Look at that, eh? Link in the description. I love this little toque light. But yeah, I was just gonna let it flood over just so it really, really hardens up this, because back there's a few spots where it's thin. Just be nice. and people aren't breaking through. No, it's not deep. I mean, it's only a couple feet deep in spots, right? But just saves somebody from going through fast thinking it's thick, and then they drop a tire down in it and break the A-arm off. Not the place to break down way out here. Okay, I'll get the fire going. Okay, I'll get the saws going first. I gotta cut this up. Try my little saws. I got the Poulin 2350 CVA, which I'm just about ready to let go of. I'm gonna clean it all up nice. I wanted to do a full video on it. Won't be today, I don't think. But yeah, I just did something with the air filter because they suck in lots of dirt. So anyways, we'll cut with both of them. Okay, let's fire this one up first. See how it runs at this high elevation here. Full video on that, what I did to fix it. Okay, let's see if the old Poulin Mastercraft, let's see if this sucker will go. And these don't have a primer. I like to shake them up a bit. There we go. 16-inch bar. I like to shake them up a bit to get the fuel going to them, or try to. Pull it a couple of times, and I give it just a little bit of throttle. There we go. Half choke. Just pressure up the oil. It pressures up, crankcase pressures up and lubricates the bar. It's not the greatest system. It's okay. We'll see how long it takes for it to pressure up, but usually it takes a while, right? Definitely run just a bit rich. I try to set them up because I'm going to sell this one, and I try to set it up so it's good for all conditions, you know? That's how, hopefully you can see me there okay. Yeah, I try to set it up so that people can just use them all year round. Like, it's best if people don't have to mess with the tuning of them. Especially these, they're definitely a little bit trickier to get tuned up. But it's got a good carb, a new carb kit in it, all new fuel lines and filters. And yeah, it was all complete, that saw. The only thing about it, it's got that wooden handle. That's the way it came. Whatever. Other than that, the saw is almost mint. And I did a muffler mod to it, of course. But I mean, we're right now, I'm at like 6,000 feet or something. Or maybe not that high, maybe about 5,000. But we're up there, right? So they run richer, but then it's cooler. So then that helps lean it out. There's so many variables. But if I like to set them up for the coldest and the hottest temperatures if I can. That way the guy doesn't squeak them. Because if I set them up too lean and then give them to somebody and they start cutting with them, you know, it's not good. I'd rather have them just a bit rich than lean. But I'll lean out the top end because you want to keep that bottom end as rich as you possibly can on these because they don't have a primer. And this one actually started really good, but that's why I shake them around. Kind of helps build up pressure, a little bit of pressure, and then just makes them easier for starting. You have to give them a little bit. They don't have a throttle lock, so you just have to give them you don't want to give them full throttle, just give them like quarter throttle, and then they'll fire up. Okay, let's get a fire going. Oh yeah, okay, well I wanted to check the oil on this thing, see if it was oiling. I don't know if it was yet. We'll find out. I'll go away from the creek over here. Yes, it is. Perfect. You see those two little marks? There we go. Awesome. And then what I do, like, I don't know. Sometimes you have to crack these things. Like, you can hear the pressure come out of it a bit. So I just do that so they don't keep peeing bar oil out. I don't know if you have to do that all the time. I'll have to ask a few guys that have a little more experience with those saws. I'm not sure if the check valve does its job or not, or if it's supposed to, but anyway, I just do it, and that way it doesn't continue to keep pressuring and leaking out. I suppose if it's under pressure, yeah, it's going to, right? I'll take this one here. It's this little dead tree. I'll let these two guys grow up. This one I could probably, yeah. Not even any effort at all. I didn't have to cut it. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I got to be super careful here. I'm gonna get those studs. Like I said, there'll be a link in the description here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to stay away from this ice. So, oh yeah, my tire is going a bit flat. So there's the studs. I just put 100 in, and I got another 100 coming. And then my tires should be good. They're just little tiny studs. You know, years ago I used to run the real big ones, but I'm going to try these out, just see how they do. I mean, you just need it to stop. It's just for the ice, right? So it's not going to help you in any deep snow. But I know years ago we had the ice racing screws in our tires, and oh man, it was night and day. I remember doing these trails actually on the old 400s and 350s and all 4x4s, you know. But yeah, that's cool that it's open. Like, I don't know if it's punched all the way through, but. And see, there's another thing I don't like about this saw, is you can't tune it. They didn't leave any holes for you to set the mixture screw, so you'd have to take the cover off. I've got this cover silicone now because it sucks air. They don't have a gasket there, so it sucks in sawdust. The gasket's under, or the filter's under there. So I was gonna drill a hole and put one of those filter vents right in there so that it could suck from there in case that filter got plugged up. Also would add a little more air, make it a little more snappy, a little more power. And then also I'm gonna have to get one of those rubber things that go in there that seal, and then you'll be able to, then a guy could adjust this, you know. They didn't want people adjusting them. They figured, you know, somebody doesn't know what they're doing, they're gonna blow the saw up, they're gonna melt it down, which is true. See the wolves or the coyotes, or it could have been somebody's dog, I guess, that was squatting too, but some canine was in there. December and we got bugs flying around. Moving around. Oh, that's good and dry. No problem burning that. super cool. The moon's just peeking through there. This camera's probably not good enough to pick it up. No. It looks pretty cool, folks. Okay, let's see if she goes here, folks. Got the old lighter, dip lighter. I'll get too fancy. There you go. I'll go grab my shovel so I can put that out. Oh, that smells good. No wind is so nice. Up top it was just too crazy windy. Wouldn't want to had a fire up there, so this is a better spot to come to. And there we go. We have fire. She's gonna go, folks. A lot of work for an unboxing. But that's okay. Okay. Just like that. There. Shim it up. A little low, but that'd be a good kid's bench. That'd be fine. Keeps you close to the fire, right? Oh man, this is the life. It's pretty dark though. Well, pitch black. Okay, let's get this box going for the 100th time. Boy, that's a good sturdy little bench there. Well, there you go, folks. We're in the woods. Look at us. Here we are. Chainsaws, bench, axes, and rugged forest. Okay, let's get to it. I put some sawdust there. I went and sprinkled it all around here because it's a little bit slippery. I'm just gonna keep the fire nice and small here. It's fairly dry out and there's not a ton of snow, so we'll keep it small. That steam whistle. Let me stick that right back there. This box got a bit mangled. God, I think she'll run. That might be for like a P26 and stuff like that. So there we go, the unboxing finally, 2 or 3 years later. So yeah, Team China is just running mint. Actually, I just got to change the main jet. I gotta go a little smaller. Yeah, once I'm done here, I'm gonna trim these branches up. Ah, whatever. No, I don't think I will, because that's a good fire starter for somebody if they want to get a fire going. This is a fine spot. There's nothing up there. There's not going to be a forest fire here anytime soon. And it's close to the river or the creek. If you have a fire pit where I had it up top, you know, people obviously have to be responsible, but some people just aren't. They'll let the thing burn. You can't do that around here. It gets too windy and you start a fire pretty easy, right? But yeah, I actually had fun with that little top handle saw. That's actually super cool little saw. Just got to get the bugs worked out of it. I'll be making a full video on what I did to make that thing not run erratic like it was before. Let's go for a walk up the creek and hopefully we don't wipe out. There's some firewood for later. It wasn't completely dead, that stuff, but it's close. Hey, Mr. Grizz! Stay away, Mr. Grizz! Sounds crazy to be, you know, talking about a grizzly bear in December, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that the females haven't even denned up yet, because it's so warm. Look at that. Cool little spot. That's a big old spruce. Look at that thing. For around here, that's big. It looks smaller on the camera. Big split down it. Wow, that's a huge spruce for around here. That's old growth. Yeah. Well, it's just a good spot in the summertime. It's always cold here. Like, even like you don't get hot weather. We're too close to the mountains. It's like Alaska, really. That's exactly what it's like around here. Just like Alaska, with not so much remoteness. Well, there's only a town an hour and a half one way, an hour. Jasper's an hour or 45 minutes away, and then there's another town called Edson's another hour away. So it's still pretty remote. It's just a big, huge playground. All these trails, none of these trails are marked. They're all just trails that I've kept open over the years. Not many people around here clear trail like I do. If there are, I don't ever really see it or know them. I mean, there's some people that go out and they'll just cut a tree here, cut a tree there, just to get, just to make it passable. This was what you can see that I cut that this summer. I cut way back off the trail. You know, it's hard to see in the dark, but these are just such awesome, cool trails. And there's not deep snow right now. But really, as long as the quads keep and side-by-sides keep running these trails, then they'll actually stay open all winter. I kind of wanted to have these trails just for snowmobiles. I don't even think I've done this whole trail. Yes, I have. I've done this section with a vintage sled. I mean, these are just epic vintage snowmobile trails. But the problem is too many people with quads ride them. I guess there's going to be a point where the snow will be maybe a little too deep and they won't be able to. It's hard to say because now the side-by-sides are so big. They're 1,000s and that. And they can really spin the tires. They're running 32-inch tires. It's, put studs in them. It's quite the game changer, right? But we used to run all these trails on quads, and it's so cool to see people using it, because this trail from here all the way to the road where I came in on, it was like really grown in on its own, and then all these trees were down, right? So when I came here this summer, this tree wasn't cut yet. Like, this is, it's not huge wood, but I mean, when you have 100 of them on the trail, it takes a long time, right? Any initials? Nope. Looks like somebody had their dog. It's so cool. Like Chevelle, she's ran all these trails so many times over the years, and it's like it's quite a climb coming up here. But yeah, you'll see like this stuff here. Like, I break that all off, and the more you clear it, and the wider you make, we don't want them crazy wide or nothing, but you want them wide enough so that you don't get the train tracks, right? And if you trim like this stuff here along the trail back, anywhere there's a rut, you just trim it back, and then the guy can put his tire up on there, right? And he can just ride and knock the center down. That way it doesn't get rutted as much. And we could put little water bars and stuff in these, right? This one should have one because it goes down to the creek. We're kind of in the Wild West of ATV riding and things like that. Other parts of Alberta, they're crazy when it comes to, well, it's not like a bad thing, but they're just really, really serious about staying out of our waterways. And I mean, we should, right? I mean, there's times where we cross the rivers to get to a spot. They're just shallow. Like this creek doesn't have any fish in it, but I mean, still doesn't hurt to just have a bridge, right? So yeah, just really, really good. Really fun. Okay, well, here we go again. Another episode of Weird Noises in the Bush. Last year we ran into a grizz. That That was the weirdest, scariest thing I've ever heard. And anyway, I'm gonna fire up one of these chainsaws because whatever that is, it's pretty close. You can't hear it probably because of the creek. It's making a weird noise. I don't even know what animal makes that noise. But it doesn't matter because I got my chainsaw to save me, folks. Chainsaw's gonna save me. Play the chainsaw song with this saw. Well, folks, I was going to add air, but I checked it. It's at 6.5 psi, which is, I left with 6 psi, so 5 psi more. And I checked the other front tire where I did the other patch, and it's good. So that little bit that was leaking out was just a tiny bit. Nevertheless, when we get back to camp, or back to the house, tomorrow I'll fix that up. I think I'm just going to take it right off the rim, and I'm going to patch it from the inside as well. I didn't do that on this one. Well, they had their work cut out for them, but I'm pretty proud of them. Oh, look at this. What do we got here? R.A. Right on, buddy. I don't know who you're... Who the heck is that? I don't know, but that's awesome. You see my initials back there. And wicked. Awesome, buddy. Cheers. I'll buy you a beer next time I see you. R.A., that's got to be somebody I know. Who is that? Yeah, there's lots of big trees, and then it clears out again. That's awesome. They cleared all these out of here. Cool. Homeward bound. Oh, I love these tight bush trails. They're awesome. I'll clear this out a little better next time. Well, the Spets sure came in handy, folks. Back there, that's all glare ice. She did it. One good thing about having no doors. Wow, we're right at the top of the cut block now, and yeah, look at that down there. That's awesome. I see about what you see. See everybody zooming around down there. There's the highway. Oh man, I love night rides. Especially solo. Nah, it's fun to have friends, actually. Oh, we don't have that today, do we there, Team China? Well, let's see if we got another hole in the floor. Go figure. Folks, did I say I love night rides? Because I love night rides. Cleared this trail out this summer. It wasn't possible. Did it all single-handedly up to the second creek back there, and then I see somebody actually continued on, so I'm super freaking happy about that. But look what I did. You see this here? That was the original trail. That big tree had fallen over, and that big one. And I mean, I'm running an old vintage McCulloch freaking 38cc ported chainsaw. So anyways, I made this bypass because, it's fun just to, crawl through the bush. You don't have to go 500 miles an hour. Like, I mean, I'm in a Rhino, actually a Chino, and I squeezed through there fine. And whoever else was riding was on a wider machine than me, and they squeezed through. But the nice thing about that is, instead of re-establishing the original cut line, You know, this is kind of, it's not like it's a straight cut line through the bush. It is straight in sections. But this way, trees will keep falling down over the years. This is a windy section up in here. The trees will fall down and they'll just get stacked up there. It's just more natural, you know, when the wolves are out hunting their prey, they're not supposed to look down cut lines for miles on end. This is perfect, you know, it slows everybody down. You know, people have their kids riding these trails, their dogs. Like, you don't need to be going 500 miles an hour, right? This is just cruising along nice and slow with your Pepsi and your Coke. And yeah, and that's what you do. And that's it. You just enjoy your night. Too bad you can't see that. Well, you can a bit. It's a half moon. Pretty cool. This is coming up to the spot where we had the grizzly encounter. Well, here it is. Here's the spot where we camped. Andy had his tent right there. And I had my cot right here. Just laying out under the stars. Wicked view. Like, look at that moon, man. Oh, I wish the camera would pick that up. It's a perfect half moon. It looks so cool. You can kind of see it. Yeah, you can see it. But anyways, got woken up in the middle of the night. Pretty scary, let me tell you. I'm gonna be editing that video soon, but that was quite an encounter. There's the little birch we had. You know what? Nobody's burnt that up yet. There's lots of it here. I think I'm gonna take that home. It's all seasoned now, anyways. But yeah, I just trimmed the trees back and I slept right here. Boy, that was a wicked sound coming out of the over that hill, whatever was on the bottom of this. It's like a cliff here, it's like a rock ledge. The trail goes all along here. I cleared this trail out years back. It was just super tight, like just wide enough for a quad trail. I took my Jeep up here and then made it wide enough for that. Now it's just a beautiful, beautiful trail. Can't believe it. Can't believe Team China's still running. Well, we're going on a big adventure here, folks. A big one. My biggest one yet. Heading way the hell that way. That's our old shovel 10, a P&H 4100 XPB. There it goes. Just had a nice bath, big pot of hot water. And then Team China. What did Team China? Oh, broke another exhaust stud. I'd love to see a picture of this place when it was standing. Look at how big it was, eh? All I have is front brakes. No engine braking because that stupid Chinese one-way bearing. Woohoo! Made her. We're just about at the top now. Well, we kind of powered out here. Hopefully. Holy shit, Andy. What are you doing? Oh, what is he doing? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay, folks. It's good spending time with you. Over and out.